The numbers are in. Battlefield 5 flopped, and it gets worse from there. They had to lower their expected revenue, and that has caused a stock drop-off. So there's the gist of what we're going through. But let's read through these stories. I got 3 stories because it's a precipitous, one thing leads to another. From PC Gamer, Battlefield 5 did not meet EA's sales expectations. It's contributed to one of the biggest drops in stock price in over a decade. Wow. For those that aren't in the know, I'll give you a quick recap. Battlefield 5 launched and it was weird. The previews for the game showed a cyborg woman with, fancy hair. A lot of people complained that there was like British people driving like German tanks or something. One guy had a katana. People said, what is this game supposed to be? Like Fortnite meets Battlefield? And so when a bunch of people started getting angry, the narrative emerged that men hate women or something, that gamers are sexist, that whole misogynist thing. And it was followed up by one of the guys, like the head guy over at, I believe, DICE, the company that made it, said, if you don't like it, don't buy it. So everybody said, okay, we won't buy it. It's like, if you're going to release a product and your fans say, hey, you gave me a free sample, right? Like you hand out samples. Imagine you're like at a deli and someone says, try this sandwich. And you taste it and go, ooh, that's not that good. I don't want that. Hey, what if you got rid of the mango that's in between the roast beef? And they said, if you don't like it, don't buy it. You'd be like, okay, like I don't want a mango roast beef sandwich. Like people wanted a World War II simulator, not Fortnite World War II, EA stock is facing its worst drop in more than a decade, with CEO Andrew Wilson warning that the significant challenges it faced during the third fiscal quarter would carry on through the fourth. This is in part due to Battlefield 5's performance, which sold 1 million fewer copies than EA had anticipated. Oh my God, this is crazy. Battlefield 5 has just contributed to a massive, worst in the decade stock drop for the company. By Tuesday, the company's stock has declined by about 18%, as MarketWatch notes. It's the most significant decline of the millennium for EA and brings it close to its largest ever decline, which was on December 17th, 1999. It actually dropped by 25.5%. At the time of writing, it started to rise slightly, fluctuating between 15 and 17%. In a conference call, Wilson also mentioned Battlefield 5's delay, and that its launch around the holidays meant that it was often discounted to ensure it could compete with other games vying for the attention of the holiday shoppers. As a result of these decisions, we struggled to gain momentum and did not meet expectations for the quarter, Wilson said. We made some calculated decisions that did not work as planned in Q3, and we did not execute well in other areas of our business against the backdrop of a very competitive quarter. The combination of those factors led to our underperformance. My God, this may be one of the most epic get woke, go brokes. They don't want to admit it, it seems. I mean, nobody would, but their political decision. Basically, the dude from DICE, I believe it's DICE, I could be wrong, but it's the EA company, said his daughter said something like, I can be a girl in Fortnite, why can't I be a girl in Battlefield? And he was like, you're right. And I think that's the perfect example of how Battlefield became a crappy mix of Fortnite and Battlefield, Let's read on. EA did post an increase in both revenue and profit, though. The net income for the third financial quarter was $262 million, with revenue amounting to $1.29 billion. I mean, that's a lot of money. During the same 3-month period last year, revenue was $1.16 billion. Net bookings, however, fell. These take into account commitments like annual subscriptions, and EA reported a drop from $1.97 billion to $1.61 billion. And that may be one of the most important factors. So they're talking about annual subscriptions. One of the most important things that the most valuable things a lot of these companies are doing, getting people to sign up for services that are ongoing. Subscriptions are where people want to be, right? You can sell somebody a video game for $60, but microtransactions and online forums and live membership fees are where you're going to generate a massive portion of your income. So although they did see an increase in revenue, it looks like their net bookings, like annual subscriptions, are dropping like $360 million. So yeah. February is undoubtedly going to be an important month for EA. Anthem is due out February 22nd. Really excited for Anthem, but I'm cautious. I've learned my lesson. I will no longer pre-order games, but I will probably buy Anthem. We'll see how it goes. I liked playing Destiny for a while, but Destiny kind of just got boring. After a tumultuous demo, and Respawn's free-to-play Apex Legends just popped into existence. The latter's launch was improbably smooth, which bodes well for the future. I spent all of last night getting demolished by people much better at the game than me. I think he meant than me, but still managing to have a hoot. And I found it hard to believe how polished and hassle-free it was. I've grown far too used to early access launches and betas. I forgot what it was like to play a multiplayer game that's simply ready. Within 24 hours, it already had 1 million unique players. Oh, wow. He's talking about Apex Legends? Because Anthem's not out yet. I'm looking for an Anthem. If one of those games is going to get EA out of trouble, I bet on Apex Legends. Well, I haven't actually looked into that, but this is where we have another bit of information that expands upon the story. EA cuts revenue outlook after poor Battlefield sales share slide. So at this point, we get it. Like, man, their stock performance was brutal. Get what go broke, as it were. But apparently, it also means not only did they see their revenue did increase, their net bookings went down. It looks like they're projecting for it to get worse, which is a big important. It's an important factor. From Reuters, video game maker Electronic Arts cut its yearly revenue outlook on Tuesday after its newest Battlefield title sold about 1 million fewer units than expected, amid rising competition in an industry being reshaped by upstarts like Fortnite and PUBG. Shares of EA sank 18% in after-hours trading following the news. The video game industry continues to grow through a year of intense competition and transformational change. You know what I really can't stand corporate speak? That guy just said nothing. He said literally nothing. You know what I want to hear? A guy going, man, Battlefield 5 was a flop. We screwed up bad. The politics, the optics, it was all really, really awful. We got to figure out how to make this work better. They don't have statements like that. It's always some weird corporate guy saying, although we can expect lower outlooks, our revenues... Hey, shut up, dude. Battlefield 5 had poor sales in the quarter, EA executives said. The 5th installment in the franchise was launched in November, a month later than planned because of delays in development. I'm pretty sure those delays in development were the result of massive fan backlash when they realized you had made Fortnite for Battlefield. We think postponing the Battlefield launch was the right decision, but it put us in the middle of a very discounted holiday season, EA Chief Financial Officer Blake Jorgensen said in an interview. We probably sold about 1 million units less than we thought we would. Data from research firm NPD showed that Battlefield 5 lagged Activision's Call of Duty Black Ops 4 and Take-Two's Red Dead Redemption 2 in dollar sales during December. Launching Battlefield 5 in just a single-player mode rather than offering a Battle Royale version also likely hurt sales, Jorgensen said. Whoa, wait, what? They were actually planning on making it Fortnite? When I was calling it Fortnite, that was a dig at the weird purple-haired cyborg woman, right? You want to make a game for little kids? Look, Fortnite exists, okay? You don't need to make Fortnite again. You're reinventing the wheel. But they actually were planning on offering a Battle Royale version. I mean, maybe they haven't. I don't know. I don't play Battlefield 5. I had no interest in buying it, which is sad because I do like the Battlefield series. Star Wars Battlefield sucked too. That's unfortunate. But I guess they quite literally were looking to make Fortnite. I can't blame them. Everybody wants to be Fortnite. It's such a hot game, for kids. They make a lot of money. There you go. The Battle Royale format in multiplayer gaming, which allows dozens of players to battle each other to the death until the last survivor, became wildly popular in 2018 thanks to PUBG and Fortnite, two games which are also credited with introducing newer audience to gaming. My understanding, though, is that PUBG originated the idea based off of the Hunger Games and the movie Battle Royale, which is, I believe, a Japanese movie. And then Fortnite was supposed to be, I think Chris Reagan called it Minecraft with more pixels or more vectors or something. Who would want to play that? And apparently Fortnite at the last minute was like, turn our game into PUBG. So instead of being a game where you ran around and build stuff, it became a Battle Royale game. It worked out for him. EA, meanwhile, announced its first free-to-play Battle Royale game called Apex Legends only on Monday. So there you go. I'm not following Apex Legends. For the third quarter that ended December 31st, EA reported adjusted revenue of $1.61 billion, well below Wall Street analysts' average estimate of $1.75 billion, according to IBES data firm Refinitiv. The Redwood City, California-based company cut its adjusted revenue projections for the year ending March to about $4.75 billion. They are down, what is that, $450 million. EA, you done screwed up with Battlefield 5. Wow. Could you imagine? Simply because they wanted to, I don't really believe they had any interest in being diverse or including women. I think they really just saw it as a way to market their Fortnite. They said, let's do this game that kids are playing. Let's turn Battlefield into this. Let's make money. How do we explain to people why we're making the game so weird with a cyborg woman front and center? And they said, we'll tell people it's about diversity. That plays well. No, it doesn't. It plays well for a tiny fraction of the American population, at least. We have that poll from More in Common. 8% of the population is progressive. No one else cares, dude. You just lost $450 million. And again, it's not because of the diversity. I think they tried, that was a mask for what they really wanted to do. They wanted to shift Battlefield into a battle royale Fortnite with a woman with purple hair and a cyborg arm. Jorgensen said sales from EA's mobile games also underwhelmed, with newly launched Command & Conquer performing below expectations. Yes! I used to play Command & Conquer all the time. I love playing strategy games. I play Civ 6 all the time. I'm really excited for the Gathering Storm, I think it's called, the new expansion, which is coming out soon. I've been watching a ton of videos about it. Very excited. I watched a video on the Maori civilization. I'm like, that's so cool. There's a lot of, they have a lot of restrictions, but they get to embark. I don't want to get, I'm not going to nerd out on civilization. But anyway, the last story was that, which was covered in the other stories, their stock has plummeted. Congratulations. You done screwed up. Again, let me say this before signing off. I don't want to go too long. I always go too long. Get woke, go broke is a funny saying, but I don't think it's true. In this instance, it wasn't the diversity. People weren't mad there was a woman in World War II. They were mad that it was a cyborg woman with face paint like purple hair wielding a katana. Okay? They tried to make their game Fortnite. It didn't work. You can put women in World War II. I'm sure most people would not care. They wouldn't. I mean, some people would care. Look, there's some people who care. But for the most part, people are going to play the game as long as it's a cool World War II simulator. Admittedly, I think, keep it as historically accurate as possible. You've got Soviets who had, I believe, a decent amount of women. I don't know a lot about the history of women in war. But ultimately, you end up showing a woman who's in the 40s who's got a working prosthetic cyborg hand. And it's just like, dude, I get it. You want to make something else. Well, it didn't work. So I think it's fun to say get woke, go broke. But I gotta admit, let's be real. Sometimes get woke works. I don't think diversity or wokeness is a big impactor on a lot of these issues. But I will say, for me personally, get woke, count me out. Get red pilled, count me out. The point is, whenever a company tries to engage in culture war nonsense, I'm out. I'm walking away. I do not want to be involved in this. I really don't. I haven't played Magic the Gathering in so long. It's unfortunate. I love that game. I don't want to have anything to do with it when you start making these statements and doing this weird stuff. But anyway, let me not ramble. We'll end here. Stick around. I got another video coming up at 4 p.m. and I'll see you then.